Good morning or afternoon, wherever you may be. My name's Wade Charles from Charles Darwin University. I'm here to present this presentation analysis of the Harvard Kennedy School case number 1945, the Deepwater Horizon oil spill. I'll be investigating crisis leadership theories, charismatic leadership, self-preservation and dramaturgy theories as an additional piece within this presentation. Thank you and enjoy. Presentation structure will be as follows. We will have a short introduction followed by a summary of the context of the Deepwater Horizon crisis. Discuss disaster crisis management lessons, moving to leadership lessons, then the dilemmas of leadership in the Deepwater Horizon case will be discussed, constraints and opportunities for leaders, the most inspiring moments in the Deepwater Horizon case, lessons for the next crisis will be comprehensively discussed. An additional section included how the crisis leadership theories of charismatic leadership, self-preservation and dramaturgy can offer valuable insights into understanding the actions and behaviours of leaders involved in the Deepwater Horizon crisis. Finally, a conclusion. I thought it timely at the commencement of this presentation to revise a definition of crisis. According to De Silva 2020, a crisis is a period where there is disruption, confusion, and suffering that can go on for many months as the situation evolves. The Deepwater Horizon disaster, which occurred on April 20th, 2010, was an unprecedented environmental catastrophe that unfolded in the Gulf of Mexico. This tragic event was marked by the explosion and subsequent sinking of the offshore drilling rig, leading to the release of millions of gallons of crude oil into the surrounding waters. Examining this disaster from a leadership perspective is crucial in understanding the context and factors that contributed to its occurrence. Leadership played a significant role in the Deepwater Horizon disaster. The lack of effective leadership and accountability within the involved organisations such as BP, Transocean and Halliburton was a contributing factor. The complex nature of offshore drilling operation required competent leaders who could ensure the implementation of robust safety measures and risk management protocols. Additionally, public leaders faced criticism for their lack of perceived ineffective action in preventing and following the disaster in response operations. There was a failure to prioritise safety and a lack of coordination among different stakeholders. Furthermore, a culture of complacency and short-term profit-seeking prevailed, overshadowing the importance of long-term sustainability and environmental protection. The leaders at the helm failed to foster a culture of responsibility where safety concerns could be openly addressed and mitigated. Decisions were driven by cost-cutting measures and aggressive schedules rather than a comprehensive evaluation of potential risks. The Deepwater Horizon disaster serves as a cautionary tale about the critical role of leadership in high-risk industries. Effective leaders must prioritise safety, foster a culture of accountability, and encourage open communication among team members. They should be willing to challenge conventional practices and ensure that risk assessment and risk management strategies are in place. Additionally, leaders must recognise the long-term consequences of their decisions and prioritise environmental stewardship alongside financial gains. In conclusion, the Deepwater Horizon disaster highlighted the importance of leadership in preventing and managing crises. It emphasised the need for competent and accountable leaders who prioritise safety, encourage a culture of responsibility, and consider long-term consequences. The lessons learned from this tragedy serves as a reminder that Effective leadership is paramount, particularly in industries where the risks are high and the potential impact on society and the environment is significant. Here we see the Gulf of Mexico oil spill timeline showing the initial cofferdam failure on April 20, 2020, then subsequent efforts including top hat, tube and top kill containment measures all failing until the limited success of LPRP cap fitted on June 3 through to the successful fitting of capping stack that ceased oil flow from the wellhead. In the Deepwater Horizon case, amidst the tragedy and challenges, one of the most inspiring moments was the collective response and efforts to contain and mitigate the disaster's environmental impact. While the incident was devastating, it sparked a remarkable display of collaboration, innovation, and determination. Additionally, the mobilisation of vast resources, expertise, and technology to contain the oil spill. Multiple organisations, including BP, government agencies, international experts, and various industry stakeholders came together to tackle the crisis. This collective response showcased the resilience and capacity for collaboration in adversity. The development of advanced technology and engineering solutions was another inspiring aspect. Engineers and scientists from around the globe worked tirelessly to develop and implement innovative strategies to control the well and cap blowout. Techniques like the deployment of the containment dome and the top kill method demonstrated the ingenuity and determination of the teams involved. Additionally, the dedication and bravery of the individuals involved in the response efforts deserve recognition. The Deepwater Horizon disaster highlighted the critical importance of robust preparedness and response planning. Organisations should proactively identify potential risks, develop comprehensive contingency plans, and conduct regular drills and exercises to ensure preparedness for a crisis. This includes having clear roles and responsibilities assigned, establishing communication protocols, and coordinating with relevant stakeholders. Open and transparent communication is crucial during a crisis. The Deepwater Horizon case demonstrated the need for timely and accurate information sharing among stakeholders, including government agencies, the public, and affected communities. Clear communication helps build trust, manage expectations, and facilitate effective decision-making and coordination. Deepwater Horizon underscored the significance of integrated risk management. Organisations should adopt a holistic approach to risk assessment, considering not only technical and operational risks, but also environmental, social, and reputational risks. This entails identifying potential vulnerabilities, implementing risk mitigation measures, and regularly reviewing and updating risk management plans. The disaster exposed shortcomings in regulatory compliance and oversight. Effective disaster management requires strong regulatory frameworks, rigorous inspections, and enforcement mechanisms. It is crucial for organisations to adhere to applicable regulations, standards, and best practices to minimise the likelihood and impact of a crisis. The Deepwater Horizon case emphasised the importance of continuous learning and improvement in disaster management. Organisations should conduct thorough post-incident evaluations to identify lessons learned and implement corrective actions. Sharing knowledge and best practices within and across industries can help enhance overall preparedness and response capability. The foremost lesson from the Deepwater Horizon disaster is the critical importance of prioritising safety. Organisations must establish a strong safety culture, ensuring that safety protocols and risk management measures are rigorously followed. Leaders should never compromise safety for the sake of cost cutting or meeting deadlines. Here we have several lessons observed by Gil Corkindale of the Harvard Business Review, whose article Crisis Management 5 Leadership Lessons from the BP Oil Spill was authored in 2010. Conducting thorough risk assessments and implementing appropriate risk mitigation strategies are vital. In the case of the Deepwater Horizon, a comprehensive evaluation of potential risks associated with deep sea drilling and well control could have prevented the disaster. Leaders must proactively identify and address potential risks, continuously monitoring and updating risk management plans. Effective communication and collaboration are essential during a crisis. Deepwater Horizon highlighted the need for open and transparent communication channels among all stakeholders, including government agencies, industry experts, and affected communities. Timely and accurate information sharing helps in making informed decisions and coordinating response efforts. Leaders must embrace accountability and take responsibility for their actions and decisions. The Deepwater Horizon disaster exposed a lack of accountability among involved organisations, which contributed to the severity of the incident. Leaders should foster a culture of responsibility where errors and concerns can be reported without fear of retribution. The disaster emphasised the significance of environmental stewardship. Leaders must recognise the potential environmental consequences of their operations and make sustainability a priority. Implementing robust environmental management systems and ensuring compliance with regulations can help minimise the ecological impact of disasters. Remaining at the forefront of their oil and gas exploration industry, the leaders at BP have learned from lessons of the past and appear to be leading the way in aligning internal sustainable development goals with those of the United Nations. There were several key constraints the leaders of the Deepwater Horizon crisis were presented. Due to the technical challenges of deep-sea drilling, the well site's extreme depth and complex conditions presented unique engineering and operational challenges that limited the available options for containment and control of the well. Due to tight project schedules and financial considerations, leaders operated under significant pressure. The need to complete the drilling operation within a specified time frame constraints decision-making and risk assessment processes, potentially compromising safety measures. Leaders had to navigate complex regulatory frameworks governing offshore drilling operations. Compliance with numerous regulations and permitting processes added constraints to the decision-making, often requiring trade-offs between operational efficiency and meeting regulatory requirements. Leaders faced pressure from stakeholders, including shareholders, government agencies, environmental organisations and affected communities. Balancing the expectations and demand of these diverse stakeholders posed challenges and constraints on decision-making and communication. Opportunities did, however, arise from the crisis. The Deepwater Horizon disaster allowed leaders to learn from previous incidents and improve safety practices. By studying past accidents and incorporating lessons learned, leaders have the chance to enhance their understanding of risks and implement more effective safety measures. The crisis prompted leaders to collaborate with various experts, including engineers, scientists and environmentalists, to address the complex challenges of containment and environmental impact. Leveraging the expertise of these professionals provided opportunities for innovative solutions and improved decision-making. The Deepwater Horizon incident allowed leaders to engage with stakeholders meaningfully despite the challenges. Leaders could foster relationships, rebuild trust, and collaborate on mitigation and restoration efforts by actively involving government agencies, local communities, and environmental organisations. The disaster allowed leaders to advocate for policy and regulatory changes. By drawing attention to the gaps and deficiencies in existing regulations, leaders could contribute to developing more robust safety and environmental standards, driving industry-wide improvements. The crisis allowed leaders to foster a culture of learning and resilience within their organisations. By examining the root causes of the incident and implementing corrective actions, leaders could build stronger safety cultures, improve risk management practices, and enhance organisational resilience. The foremost lesson is prioritising safety and ensuring robust risk management practices across industries. Organisations must have comprehensive safety protocols, conduct thorough risk assessments, and regularly update and test their contingency plans. Proactive risk management is essential to prevent and mitigate the impact of future crises. The Deepwater Horizon case highlighted the need for robust regulatory frameworks and effective oversight. Governments and regulatory bodies should continuously review and enhance regulations about high-risk industries, ensuring they are up-to-date, enforceable, and promote safety, environmental protection, and accountability. Collaboration and information sharing among stakeholders are crucial during a crisis. Establishing effective communication and coordination mechanisms among government agencies, industry experts, and affected communities can facilitate prompt decision-making, resource allocation, and unified response. The Deepwater Horizon disaster emphasised the significance of environmental stewardship. Industries must prioritise sustainable practices, invest in advanced technologies, and adhere to strict environmental regulations. Focusing on long-term sustainability is vital to prevent or minimise the ecological impact of future crises. Learning from past incidents and incorporating those lessons into future crisis management strategies is crucial. Encouraging a culture of learning and continuous improvement within organisations, sharing best practices across industries, and conducting thorough post-incident evaluations can help enhance preparedness and response capabilities. Investing in research and innovation is essential to develop advanced technologies, methodologies, and preventative measures. Continued research and development in safety engineering, risk assessment, and environmental protection can lead to more effective crisis management strategies and reduce the likelihood and impact of future disasters. Ethical leadership is crucial in crisis management. Leaders must prioritise the well-being of their teams, communities, and the environment above short-term gains. Fostering a culture of responsibility, transparency, and accountability can bring trust and resilience within organisations and facilitate effective crisis response. By embracing these lessons, organisations and societies can better prepare for crises. Through proactive measures, collaboration, and a commitment to safety and sustainability, the impact of situations can be minimised, lives can be protected, and long-term resilience can be fostered. The theories of charismatic leadership, self-preservation, and dramaturgy can offer valuable insights into understanding the actions and behaviours of leaders involved in the Deepwater Horizon disaster. Let's explore how these theories can be applied to the leaders in the context of the Deepwater Horizon crisis. Charismatic leadership theory suggests that certain leaders possess exceptional qualities that inspire and motivate their followers. They exhibit a strong vision, confidence, and persuasive communication skills that attract and influence others. Barack Obama was often regarded as a charismatic leader, known for his eloquent speaking skills, ability to inspire hope, and capacity to connect with people. During the Deepwater Horizon crisis, his charismatic leadership was evident in his ability to communicate with the American public and demonstrate empathy for those affected by the disaster. Obama's speeches and public addresses during the crisis sought to reassure the public, convey the government's commitment to addressing the situation, and emphasise the importance of holding BP accountable. His presence during visits to the affected Gulf Coast communities aimed to show support and empathy for those people grappling with the environmental and economic consequences of disaster. Self-preservation theory relates to individuals' instinctive drive to protect themselves from harm or threats. In the Deepwater Horizon context, we can observe self-preservation behaviours among the leaders involved, particularly when facing public scrutiny, legal consequences, and potential damage to their reputations. As the disaster unfolded, leaders from BP, Transocean, and Halliburton likely grappled with the challenges of balancing their responsibilities to address the crisis while also protecting their personal and organisational interests. In the Deepwater Horizon case, we can see elements of self-preservation in the actions of key figures like Tony Hayward, the CEO of BP at the time of the incident. Tony Hayward, known for his confident and assertive demeanour, projected an image of strong leadership during the initial stages of the crisis. However, his charisma was also perceived negatively when he made public statements that were seen as insensitive and lacking empathy, such as his comment, "I'd like my life back." Despite the mounting public criticism, Hayward displayed resilience and continued to address the media, attempting to maintain control over the narrative. As President Obama faced the challenge of balancing his leadership responsibilities with the political realities of the situation, while self-preservation may not have been a primary concern for Obama personally, he had to consider the potential political ramifications of the crisis response and its impact on his administration's reputation. Obama's administration faced criticism from various quarters, including claims of a slow initial response and concerns about the coordination between government agencies. Managing these criticisms and ensuring that the government's actions aligned with the public's expectations were crucial aspects of the administration's crisis response. This self-preservation instinct might have influenced some of their decisions, leading to attempts to downplay the severity of the situation or shift blame to others involved in the project. Dramaturgy theory, developed by Irving Goffman, posts that individuals present different front stages or personas in different social situations to shape how they are perceived by others. In the case of the Deepwater Horizon leaders, they were thrust into public crisis where their actions were closely scrutinised by the media, the public, and government agencies. During press conferences and public appearances, the leaders had to carefully manage their front stage performances to project a sense of control, competence, and empathy. They likely received coaching on how to communicate effectively, strike the right note, and exhibit authority to address the crisis. However, as dramaturgy suggests, there may have been a discrepancy between their public performances and their actual feelings or motivations behind the scenes. Dramaturgy theory suggests that individuals present different personas in different situations, carefully managing their public image. As President Obama was keenly aware of the importance of his public appearances during the Deepwater Horizon crisis, Obama's front stage performances involved delivering speeches, holding press conferences, and visiting the Gulf Coast. His goal was to project a sense of leadership, competence, and compassion to the public. Behind the scenes, he likely worked with his team to strategize responses and decisions that would align with the government's crisis management approach. In summary, the theories of charismatic leadership, self-preservation, and dramaturgy offer valuable frameworks for understanding the actions and responses of leaders in the Deepwater Horizon crisis. The charismatic leadership of figures like Tony Hayward influenced the public perception of the crisis response. Meanwhile, self-preservation instincts may have influenced their decision-making as they navigated legal and reputational risks. Lastly, dramaturgy theory highlights the complex interplay between public image and internal motivations in the high-risk crisis situation. The integration of these theories suggests that the leaders may have strategically used their charismatic leadership theories to inspire confidence in their crisis management abilities. They may have employed dramaturgy and impression management to create a favourable image, projecting competence and responsibility in the face of crisis. Additionally, the drive for self-preservation could have influenced their decision-making, leading to efforts to downplay responsibility and avoid blame. It is essential to recognise that not all leaders may have applied these theories consciously or deliberately. Rather, these theories offer frameworks to understand and analyse the actions and behaviours of leaders in crisis situations. The disaster response involved a complex interplay of leadership styles, individual motivations, and organisational dynamics. By applying these theories, researchers and crisis management experts can gain insights into the decision-making processes and communication strategies of leaders during the Deepwater Horizon crisis. The analysis can inform future disaster response planning and leadership development to enhance crisis management capabilities and accountability. In conclusion, the Deepwater Horizon disaster presents a profound case study for exploring the intricacies of crisis leadership, offering invaluable insights and lessons for future situations. By examining the dilemmas, constraints, opportunities, and lessons learned faced by the business and political leaders during this crisis, we can understand the intricate dynamics between charismatic leadership, self-preservation, and dramaturgy, which underpin crucial decision-making processes in crisis leadership scenarios. As we navigate our world of increased global population and conflict, with natural disasters becoming more frequent and intense, the world needs to prepare for this change. Where crisis management is an integral part of leadership, the lessons from the Deepwater Horizon case will serve as crucial touchstones for driving effective and ethical responses to future challenges. Indeed, our ability to learn from the past, adapt, and lead with resilience will be the defining characteristic of our future success.